Thank you very much. I'd like to invite the other members of the Wits End Puzzle Collective just to stand up and take the blame with me. So, please guys, stand up. And of course we mustn't forget our four absent members, Yoka Kuda, Kelly Snake, Kagan Sound, and of course Robert Yaga. So I'd say thank you to them as well. So, a little bit about some of the main chest elements. We have the look of it. What I was aiming for was something that would be contemporary with Lewis Carroll. So I went with a Victorian campaign chest. Brass edge to give it a bit of robustness, but I didn't want it to be really shiny and lovely. I wanted it to look a little bit worn and used, so it represented the mundane, normal world that we live in. But then, what I did, I then highly polished the White Rabbit logo in the middle there. Unfortunately, this picture doesn't show it up as much, but if you look at the real chest, you'll see that's got a real good mirror finish on it. And that's inviting you into the magic of Wonderland. It'll give you a little hint that that's the way in. So, this is what I was going for. Technically, this is actually a hare, not a rabbit. It's very similar to the hare used by Kit Williams in his Masquerade book. I'm a big fan of that, so this is my little homage to Kit Williams. I've tweaked the design slightly to get around some copyright rules and things. But I can now honestly say I do have a hairy chest. Right, then we have the book. Now we talked about this as one of our original aims, was to present the solutions in a nice, in-character way. So I have a friend of mine who's into doing craft work with leather, and she'd previously done a Necronomicon sort of diary, and I asked her, could she do something for Jabberwocky? So at great expense we managed to source some real Jabberwocky hide, and we've struck this around the book. And what we have is the book's bound shut, so we have the teeth that bite on the side, and on the front we have the claws that catch. And if you can see in here, there's a little gap amongst the pages, and they're tied down by this bit of leather. This is where the solutions are to all the puzzles. It means that you can't accidentally look at the solutions while you're flicking through the book. So it just gives you that little barrier. But the aim is to have in the book, we'll have a small preface about the actual project and about the people involved. Then we'll have the 2 Alice in Wonderland stories, followed by the solutions, which are bound down as I've described. In addition to this, underneath the strap there's a little pocket. I don't know if you can see it particularly clearly here. A little pocket there. And in there we've got a 64 gig USB stick, and on the stick are notes from the various artists involved, design sketches, solution videos, and all that sort of stuff. So it's a really nice archive of all the information associated with the project. Then we come on to the hook, but actually I couldn't think of a third thing that actually rhymed with hook and book, so I cheated, so no, let's ignore that. What we'll go with is the jail. Once you've eventually figured out how to open the box, you're presented with a jail that's preventing you getting to the individual puzzles within the box. Now this is a rough CAD image from it. So we've got the brass banding around the outside, you've got the oak inner piece, some walnut trays on each side. This red colour here is the actual individual puzzle boxes, and then they're held in place and locked away by all these jail bars, and you've got to figure out how to get around those. Here's a picture from the prototype, which hasn't been anodised and isn't very well finished, but it was just there to prove the mechanism. So I put a mirror in the middle, so we have through the looking glass. Cool. Engrave the Cheshire Cat in the mirror, and we'll have, this will all obviously be nicely anodised, and it will be engraved rather than just drawn on with a Sharpie pen. Now the original plan was that we were going to have the Vorpal sword in pieces, and you'd find it in amongst the chest, and by solving all the puzzles, you'd have all the different bits and pieces here, and you'd eventually, once you've solved everything, assemble the whole thing up to create a sword like this. However, having thought about it a bit more, it wasn't really a good way of doing things, because some of the bits were a bit too big to fit inside some of the puzzles, and it would have weakened the sword and probably wouldn't have worked in the method I wanted to. So I had to go with a standard sword blade. And what we did, we've got tokens inside each of the puzzles, which you have to populate these holes here with. And they're all engraved with the particular craftsman's logo, so you know which one's which. And once you've got all 14 of them, so there's 13 small puzzle boxes, plus the lock on the front of the box. That gives you your 14 tokens. Once they're all populated in there, you can then lift the piece of wood and take the sword out. This is just a 3D printed plastic handle. We've now got proper metal ones. So that was just for the prototype. And talking of the Vorpal sword, I have a little video that was shot at the blacksmith's forge. It's a friend of mine called Phil Rayner. He runs a small forge called Millstream Forge. And I'll let him tell you about the process that goes into making the Vorpal sword.
Good morning, I'm Phil of Millstream Forge, and Steve has asked me to take you through the making of the Vorpal sword for his box. It's a pattern welded Damask style steel of 15N20 and 1095 for those of a technical bent. We start off by taking 9 layers, alternating of each, welding them together, putting them in the fire, getting them very hot, hitting them with a hammer in such a manner that they become a homogeneous lump. That then has to be thinned down and drawn out in length. So we end up with something like this, which is the first weld with, if the light catches it nicely, you can see 9 layers. That then gets cut into 3, welded together again, hammered down. Of 27 layers. The light may not catch that. That again is cut into 3, welded together, hammered down. That again is cut into 3, welded together, hammered down, and drawn out this time as a square bar of 81 layers. And you can see the layers in the end there. We then take the corners off so it doesn't split when we twist it. And this is what actually gives the pattern in the blade. After it's been twisted, cut it in half, weld a handle on the end. We can then actually draw it out into a stock piece of bar of approximately 20 by 5 millimeters. We have 81 layers in there with twists running slowly along the length. Once that's done, we can actually forge the sword shape. This is the quick bit of the process. And after we've done that, we then spend a long time cleaning it up, sanding it, grinding, polishing. Get the final shape before it goes in the etch to get the pattern to come out. Give that 30 seconds and we'll see what we got. Yep.
No, I don't know about you, but when he showed me some of his early work on pattern welding, I thought, that's definitely what a vorpal blade should look like. So that's why I welded that. Right then, so, summary about the whole thing. So, if you want to organise a puzzle project like this, don't. It's so much work, it's unbelievable. But no, seriously, if you're going to do it, there's a few, my advice would be, make sure that everybody has similar motivation. So you're all singing from the same hymn sheet, and you're all going to work together and get the job done properly. Ensure you've got some sort of communication system. So we use Basecamp, which we found would be very useful. I believe they're still doing, your initial project is free, but then when you do other projects using it, once you've registered, then you have to pay for it. So use it once, it's free. I'm not going to use it again, that's fine. Right. Try and get a strong theme, because that really helps the different artists to actually join the puzzles together and have something that works through the whole project, and allows them to design mechanisms and features into their puzzles so that it meets the theme and it all sort of gels the whole thing together. Set early deadlines, because life will get in the way. Give yourself plenty of time on your sort of delivery dates, but try and encourage everybody involved to deliver as early as possible, but don't be expected if they can't, because life gets in the way. But just be firm and encouraging, but don't have a go, because we're all doing it for fun, and you can't really do that. Expect to get very stressed. I certainly did. And ultimately, once you've got it all done, try and do something interesting to advertise it. I tried that with the video. It kind of worked, but I hope you enjoyed it. There you go. Now, any questions? But I will start off by answering the first question that everyone's bound to ask. How many are you selling? Right. We do have a number in mind, but because they're still being made at the moment, I don't want to set any expectations. It could be that something goes wrong in the manufacture and we're not able to deliver what we're planning to. So therefore, I don't want to set any expectations, so I'm not going to give anybody a number. Okay? The plan is to try and auction some to recover some costs, but that's as much as I'll say for the time being. So, any other questions?
When will you be auctioned?
Right, well, I reckon there's probably another 2 to 3 months' work for me to get everything sorted. So we're looking October at the very earliest. But what I've done, I've got some cards printed that are in front of the case. If anybody's interested, take one of the cards, send me an email, because my email address is on the back, and I'll let anybody know as and when any auctions get organised.
Steve, does the card say which puzzles are made by which people, or
No, we purposely didn't do that because there's 4 of them have been gone into the design competition, and we thought that might skew things, so we kept it anonymous from that point of view. Actually, inside, directly above the vorpal sword in the chest, once you've got it open, it's got a very similar thing as on the card, but it actually does list the names of the puzzles next to the artist's names. So that's actually engraved, or laser engraved into the box.
Where did you source the Jabberwocky hide?
I left that to my colleague who's into the crafting of leather, so she knows these things.
Is
Is there any prohibition from having the artists make their drawers available individually in the
No.
future?
No, none at all. What we said was that if people want to make extras to cover their costs, they can, but the agreement was that they wouldn't do it before we did the grand reveal at IPP. I know a number of the artists haven't made any extra because they didn't want to. Some have made just one extra for a family member, and others have made a few to sell on to your good selves. Okay. But the main stipulation was that the actual puzzles that were above and beyond those required for the project, they had to be distinctly different. So some sort of feature on them that was different, so a different type of wood, different finish, something like that. So it's the same basic mechanism, but a difference. So that way it had to be the ones that are in Jabberwocky, specific to Jabberwocky. Any other questions?
Can you explain the CENGMIE?
Yes, sure. CEng is Chartered Engineer, and that's I got that through the Institute of Explosive Engineers. So I'm a member of the Institute of Explosive Engineers. Okay.
Exploding engineers?
Explosives. Engineers, not exploding. I'm actually quite proud of that. There's less than 30 Chartered Explosive Engineers in the world, and it took me 5 years of work to get myself up to the standard and meet the criteria. There may be a few more shortly because I'm now on the interview panel for it. So I've got a set of interviews on the 18th of August, so maybe a few more of us then. Any other questions? Okay then, I'll hand you over to our next speaker.